Are you ready? Culture Core, where every accent belongs. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Culture Core, where every accent belongs. My name is Letty, and I'm your host, and this is already episode 5, and I can't wait to do this because the topic of today, this is going to be so much fun, so interesting, definitely. Today is the start. I want it to be the start, only the beginning of a series. It's going to be about dating culture. Yeah. And I have to say that, you made me talk about this today. And it has been on my list like for weeks, forever. I always wanted to talk about dating life, especially in Germany and stuff. But I was always like, I don't know where to start, I was always like, this topic is too complex. I have so many thoughts on this and so many stories from my friends, from myself and stuff like, I don't know where to start. Let's do it in the future anytime, because I need to prepare so much stuff, because I don't want it to be like one episode like stuff with a lot of stories, so you can't even like realize what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I was like, no, this I have to prepare, so no, I'm gonna do it in the future. But you guys made me do this today, because the last 2 weeks in my comments, like every day somebody said, do an episode on culture, dating culture in Germany, do an episode. And I'm like, yes, soon. Or talk about dating culture in Europe with Germans. Like, do a whole series. And I was like, I know it's interesting, but it's too complex. I can't do this. And then I was like, but if you want it so bad, why not? You get it. Come on, of course. I'm gonna do it. Why wait? We can do this today. And I figured that I found a quite good way to start this topic. As I said, so many thoughts on this. Only one part wouldn't be enough at all. So this is the start or a beginning of a series. And I really think that I found a good way to start this. Yeah. This in a few seconds, like right now. But before that, I want to thank you, of course, for being here, for watching this, listening to Culture Core, where every accent belongs. It's been 5 weeks now, and I have so much fun doing this every week, recording it. And the best part of it is to see that you guys, that my community, love it. That you see the vision, you get what I mean, you know exactly what I'm trying to do with this. And like reading all the comments every week is like so... I love it. It's like so much love that I received. And yeah, this makes me motivated to record even more, to do even more. Like I have so many ideas, and this is only the beginning. So much more to accept from the future. So thank you so much. Just by sitting here, clicking the like button, following and stuff, you support me. So keep doing it, commenting, subscribing. Put on notifications so you won't miss any future episodes, and recommend it to your friends. Yeah, woohoo! Thank you so much. I love you guys. And now about the topic of the day, dating life in Germany. Of course, we're gonna start with Germany, because this is what you all the time want to hear about Germany. And I'm here for you guys. How do Germans date? Well, in one word, it's wild. This is wild. Yeah. Dating life in Germany is wild. It's crazy. Like, I'm quite sure you expected that, nah? And if you are not from Germany but dated Germans or dated in Germany, or if you are shaped by multiple cultures, or you're not only German, to you it has to be like at least a little bit funny, scary, everything when you date in Germany. But as I told you, this is going to be a series because there are so many things to say about this topic. So I decided that instead of over explaining and only sharing my experience, my thoughts on dating in Germany, I want to share real stories. So today I brought dating stories from my friends. Yeah, I know. This is like, and honestly, no lies told, real stories. These are real stories, and they are, I don't know if I can say shocking, because it's not shocking, honestly. Is it? No. But it's still shocking somehow, but not surprising. Yeah, it's shock, or is it surprising but not shocking, or the other way around? You know what I mean. So real stories, this is what I'm gonna do today, because I figured if I only share my thoughts on it, it's like not authentic enough. Dating culture, or dating in general, is a complex topic. It's always a very individual opinion and experience, because you can't just say in dating life, this is allowed, this is not allowed, this is right, or this is wrong. It depends. Everyone likes different things, so you can't just judge. And this is why I was like, okay, telling these stories, I feel like they speak for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, definitely always. I don't even have to say too much. And my goal of this episode of today for the future is that you can relate. I'm quite sure you can relate, or you have your own stories that you want to share. So I want to motivate you with this episode today to text me, to comment, to share your dating experiences, so I can share them on the next episodes, on future episodes. So this is going to be so interesting. It's so fun, right? Dating stories are always the best. Always, every single one. So yeah, let's just start with this today. And of course, no worries, I will share my opinions and thoughts like in the future, definitely, and talk about stereotypes and everything. But as I said, I think these dating experience, real life stories, they just speak for themselves. And I think, like, in a bit of a time when we collect some stories, more stories, your stories, my friend's stories, my own stories, and then we have like a whole collection of dating experiences, then we can compare a little bit better and really analyze what is dating culture like in Germany, in this country, in this, compared to this in this culture. You know what I mean? So like our own statistic, kind of our own project. Yeah, wollen wir das machen? Let's do this. So let's get right into it. I have today 3 little dating stories of my friends, and I will just read them to you. Okay, let's go. So story number 1, let's just get right into it. Dating in Germany as a black girl is a wild experience anyway. I once wanted to go out to dinner with the German guy. And before that, we went for a walk first, because that's just what people do here, right? I brought up the topic of racism and asked him what he thought about Black Lives Matter. He wasn't exactly supportive. And I was like, well, we're literally dating, yeah? I'm black. I'd want my future man to stand by me and have my back. So I asked him, what would you do, for example, if your white German friends were singing along to a song and said the N-word? And he was like, well, I just let them. I mean, it's a part of the lyrics, right? Okay. When he said that, I was like, what the fuck? There's no way I'm dating someone who wouldn't stand up for black people behind my back when I'm not around. Like, obviously. I told him that is absolutely not okay. And in the end, we canceled dinner and I just went home. LOL. That was story number 1. What a fork. Thank you for sharing, to the one person that shared it to me. Like, this is, by the way, nothing very surprising. This happens. And this is why I think you really have to, like, this has to be one of the first questions when you get to know someone. Things that are very important, like, normally people are often like, I don't want to talk about politics and stuff, but you don't have to dive in like deeply, but you just have to check, like, is this person even like has some morals? Yeah, some morals, like a little bit like the same morals as me. You have to check, because you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. If it's important for you to, I don't know, do that, be like that, Black Lives Matter, yeah, for example, you just ask it in the first few 2 minutes. Fuck it. Because what do you mean? Yeah, they canceled their date, their dinner. Makes sense, yeah. But this is crazy. You're just meeting someone, you're seeing him on Tinder, that person, you're like, oh, he looks kind of attractive. Let's meet. And then this, Alter. He literally said, sorry, what was it? He literally said, I just let them. It's part of the lyrics, right? Ach so! Yeah, when it's like that, aha, makes sense, yeah. Don't worry about it, ne? Don't worry about it. What the fuck? So this was story number 1, numero uno, nummer 1. Let's go to story number 2. Okay. I think this was the most stereotypical German date I've ever been on. I matched with this German guy on Tinder and we texted back and forth for a bit. Everything seemed completely normal. We agreed to meet up for coffee. When the day came, we met outside first and went for a walk because that's just what people do in Germany. Nothing seemed off at all at this point. Then we sat down at a coffee. At a cafe. I ordered a hot chocolate and I think he got tea. He started talking about his job. He said he worked in insurance and that he was always looking for people to recruit. The first thing that popped into my head was, okay, this sounds actually like a pyramid scheme. Like, why are you telling me all this on a first date? Why would you do that? Then he goes, well, if the waitress here wasn't happy with her job, for example, yeah, I just go up to her and ask if she'd interested in another one, yeah. And I was just like, okay, good for you, I guess. Like, what am I even supposed to say to that? Like, what is wrong with you? At that point, I started thinking he was trying to recruit me. That's when I realized where this date was headed. He wasn't really there to get to know me. He was there to sell me something. Then he started asking things like how happy I am with my job and stuff. And I immediately told him that I love my job and that I'd never work in insurance. He definitely didn't like that answer. Anyway, this date ended pretty quickly after that. When it was time to pay, we split the bill. Yeah. So I paid for my own hot chocolate. It was like only 3 to 5 euros. But then, right before I left, he asked me, can I have your receipt for the hot chocolate? So I can write it off on my taxes, you know what I mean. Was zum Fick? You didn't just say that. Nah, you have to be kidding. Nah, sorry, I can't believe this right now. Can I have your receipt for the hot chocolate so I can write it off on my taxes? That's what he asked. To make things even funnier, we ended up taking the same subway home. And when we said goodbye, he looked at me and said, well, I don't really see a reason why we should meet again, actually. So I guess this is it. Ciao. Nee. Das kann's nicht sein. Impossible. Nee. You kidding. This has to be a joke right now. And I was like, if I was ever going to see you again. What the fuck? And this is the end. Well, shit. Crazy story. I have to say, like, come on, this dating experience, this story just speaks for itself. What do you mean? First, now tell me in the comments, question to you, I want to know. Split the bill on a first date? What do you think on that? I know that this is a big topic all the time, but splitting the bill on a first date in Germany, nothing unusual. Believe me. Sometimes I have to say it's not always this kind of men don't want to pay the bill. I have to say that I actually know in my inner circle even German people, German friends, girl friends that I have that refuse to let the man pay on the first date. Like sometimes on a first date, they just argue. On a first date, they argue when it comes to the bill. They're like, no, like I want to invite you. Oh no, I pay my own food. Yeah, I want to split the bill. And they're like, no, I want to invite you. Come on, it's the first day. And they're like, no. So it's really a thing. For example, in Germany, there is a reality TV show. I love it. It's the best. It's the best. Really, you have to watch it. It's on Vox, like free TV every day. It's called First Dates. It's very authentic, like nothing scripted. I don't know about that, but it's like very normal people from everyday life, not really people that want to be famous or something. And this is always a thing, like who wants to pay the bill, who's willing to pay the bill. And most of the time they split it, like they want it. Like in Germany, it's really a thing to split the bill. Tell me what you think. But in this case, I'm sorry. First date, you only drink a tea and a coffee. So in total, it's 10 euros. This is, come on, 10 euros. So you have to pay for the person sitting in front of you like 5 euros. This is, to me, ridiculous. Like, I have to say, if I would be on that date and he wants to split the bill concerning 10 euros, I would pay it. I would say, okay, I invite you, because what is this? But this is next level. Splitting the bill and then asking for the bill of the person sitting in front of you the girl who paid her own bill so you can use it for your taxes? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, this is like German core. Believe me, guys, this is like a very crazy example. But sometimes, as I always tell you when I'm sitting here on this chair, on this podcast, and I talk about stereotypes, or when I do my skits on Instagram, TikTok, so on social media about Germans, it's always inspired by a real German. And people are always in the comments arguing with me like, this is not true, this is such a big stereotype, you're telling a lie. And I'm like, of course not everyone is like that, but believe me, a lot. Believe me, some at least. Because I got inspired by real Germans. I live here. I was born here. I'm not just sitting around doing content based on lies. Like, are you crazy, guys? And you know it deep in your heart. You know that I'm right. You're just offended. Not my problem. Not my problem. So this was story number 3. Let's keep going with story. No, this was story number 2. And let's keep going with story number 3. Are you ready? Okay. I matched with this German guy on Tinder, and I'm a black woman. We went for a walk first, and he was already being a little bit weird, I would say, but nothing too crazy. I didn't really think much of it. Then, when we went out to eat, out of absolutely nowhere, with zero context, he suddenly asked me, "What do you call Köpfe?" So for context, he just used a German racist term. So he was talking about these chocolate-covered sweet treats, yeah? And in Germany, there's a very, very racist term, and it's always a discussion. Till this day, it shouldn't be a discussion, yeah? About whether you can call it still, like back then, Köpfe, which is basically translated into English, head. head. So the head of black people. Yeah. So again, he said, what do you call Mohrenköpfe or Mohrenkopf? I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I call them Schaumküsse or Schokoküsse, like chocolate kisses, like something else, yeah? Obviously, what the fuck? And then he was just like, yeah, I call them Mohrenköpfe, just to let you know. That immediately gave me the ick. Honestly, I don't even have much more to say about that interaction or this date because it was literally fucking traumatizing. Yeah, I believe you. I feel you. Yeah. So it's not always funny. It's sometimes just microaggressions and everything and just not a good experience. Yeah. It's very individual for everyone, but not everything is individual. Some things just happen. It's just a pattern, yeah. For example, this last story that I told you that I read is like he provoked her. Why would you do that? At least it was he provoked her, or he was just trying to see or trigger her, or trying to see if what kind of black person she is. Is she like one of those black people that criticize everything, like are doing too much, or is she maybe a person that will say, oh yeah, you can say that, so he can walk around and keep saying it and and defending himself with, I know this black girl and I'm dating this black girl and she doesn't have a problem with that, like something like that. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, crazy stories. Only a few, only 3. And this was the last story of today. And what I want you to do, or I wish for, is that you comment on this video, text me or something. Tell me what you think about this, if you experienced something similar, if you know somebody who experienced something like that. And yeah, also definitely tell me about your dating experiences in different cultures here in Germany, in your country, wherever. I want to know. I want to collect these stories and share them on the next episode or some future episodes. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe, comment, and tell me what you think about this. I don't want to talk too much about or comment on the stories in general today, but we will talk about this topic a lot in the future. So thank you so much for being here and for listening, watching, loving all the time. Spread some love again and see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye. Culture Core, where every accent belongs.